For day 20 of our 80 days of healing, we are within our bee jamming session. We are on our very last M&M, and it is mindfulness. And when you connect with mindfulness on your Feargiveness journey, it really brings you into the present moment. It's being here now in every shape and form. It helps with chronic pain, because when you bring yourself into the here and now, and you practice mindfulness throughout the day and you set the intention, you can bring yourself out of chronic pain because you're feeling it. You're not stuck in the pain. I'm in pain. When you're coloring chronic pain, when you bring yourself to the grass what do you see? What do you feel? Go through all of the senses. What can you hear? What do you feel on your skin? What do you taste? What do you smell? And you get Mother Nature comes along with you. But mindfulness in the Feargiveness journey, that was a big spider. And in the past, I probably would have jumped up and removed myself from the spider situation. But we've learned throughout our Feargiveness journey that Mother Nature is all around, and the grandmother spiders, there's a beautiful energetic connection. When a bee lands on you, where again, I would have got up and ran around 5 years ago to get away from it. When you can't do that and you're stuck on a pillow, it really brings you into connecting with the message that brings into mindfulness. So presence, being here now, the tips and tricks that I could suggest is, whether it's setting, I have reminders on my phone that I set for check-ins for mindfulness. The other part that really was beneficial as I think about my Feargiveness journey was brushing my teeth is the most painful self-care act of the day. And before, it was just excruciating, and I would do anything and everything I could to alleviate having to do that. I tried just mouthwash or smaller toothbrushes. We raised our sink in the bathroom. But then when it really got to a point where I incorporated mindfulness, and that it was this very slow process of gently brushing my teeth and filled with gratitude, and for the water that was flowing, the mother sequences and energy to the toothbrush, and just slowly doing spirals and circulating it around my mouth. And it all became this very sacred act, which took away the pain and took away trying to get it done as quickly as possible, or not doing it at all. When you added mindfulness, it changed the entire process. So I encourage you today to think about how you can incorporate mindfulness. What brings you back to the present moment, into this here and now? How do you use mindfulness throughout the day? And I know there's so many other tips and tricks to come along with mindfulness, but really I either do a color walk, and I'll search and seek out all of the colors of the rainbow to bring me into the present moment. I'll listen for what I hear and kind of go through the senses. But I will, especially if I'm in a panic, or if anxiety starts to take over, or if I'm just in pain, or I wake up and I don't know where I'm at, I'll just search for color, and I will seek out all the colors that I can see and connect to the vibrations and frequencies of the colors of the rainbow. And I'll focus on that, and that brings me back to center. And then I can explore where I'm at, what's going on. Sometimes I'll wake up out of pain peaks or energy resets and not remember kind of what part of the day it was, because chronic pain can really take you away from being present. And those are just some of the tips and tricks. Drinking water. We know that after you drink water, within 11 minutes, it's flowed through your entire body. So 11 sips of water within 11 minutes. That's a good way to connect and bring you back into the present moment, is feeling each sip of water from the sip flowing all the way down. Breath, taking breath work is another great way to stay present, breathing in and connecting with your breath. Barefoot grounding, mindfully with every step you take. That's another great one. Barefoot walks with the cats, just being present and just pointing out colors that you see, flowers that you see, animals that you hear, all the different connections. There's a lot of different ways to be mindful, and I'm curious to hear what mindfulness means to you, and how do you incorporate mindfulness into your day? And how does it help with chronic pain? How does it help you to stay connected to your intuitive channel? What are some tips and tricks that you can share with us within the Feargiveness frequency community? And I can't wait to hear all about it. And thank you for joining me for day 20 of our 80 days of healing, our rainbow rise up. And rise up means storing intrinsic source energy into the universal playground. And we get to do that with color. And we have spent the last couple of weeks going through the Be Jamming session, which is the toolkit within the Feargiveness frequency of everything you need to upcycle your traumas and insecurities, the shame and blame. Self-love, self-forgiveness is all utilizing all of the Be Jamming, and there's a lot of M&Ms. So today is our last M&M, I think, of mindfulness. And I look forward to seeing you on the other side of this rainbow for day 21.